G'day everyone, Matt Elder here of Family Bricks, and welcome along to the live stream. Be along just very shortly and get going. Just cover off a few little housekeeping issues here. Thanks very much for joining. In this session, just going to be here with some friends, hanging out, having a bit of a chat, mainly talking about some Lego and those sorts of things, but anything else which might pop into mind. The Saturday night stream, UK time, is when I do the You Say I Draw. So come along there, and anyone in the chat, whatever you say, I get up and draw. So that'll be tomorrow night. So otherwise, this is a family-orientated show and a drama-free zone. So keep it nice and happy and polite and low-key in the chat, and everyone should be able to get along there and be great. Obviously, with this streaming on YouTube and also streaming on Twitch as well. So hello to everybody out there in Twitch land as well. Just quickly thank our sponsor, McCatson.com Holiday Homes, just 75 minutes east of London. One even has a Lego themed wall, which is appropriate for the stream. So now that we've done that, I think we can go through and start moving along with today's stream. I'll just kill that for a second there. And here we are. Nice to see everybody who's here and along and joining. And I think we'll just start bringing in some of our guests that we've got along today. So first up, coming from the west coast of Australia, where it's always beautiful and sunny there, and it's nice. So we have the wonderful Dora Build. How are you going, Dora?
Yeah, good, thanks, Matt. How are you?
Yeah, going really well, thanks for that. Great to see you along here. And how's your, you're coming towards the end of your day, so how's your day been?
Yeah, it is. It's the end of the day, end of the week, so it's my Friday evening where I get to build some Lego and unwind. So, yeah, it's good.
Just relax.
Yeah, and it was really nice today. I even got a little bit of a mini Lego haul. So I got a whole heap of Lego Friends Jungle Cubes, but I also got some of these pods. So I think to start off with, I'll be unwrapping some of these. And then I might move on to a bigger set as well. So, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, I've seen that you posted it up on Instagram earlier. And so like, yeah, I'd be curious to see what that comes out and looks like as well. And we've got somebody else in to join us as well. First time on the stream. It'd be great to have him in and great to have a bit of a chat. And that is Steve. How are you going, Steve?
Okay, guys. Hi, Matt. Hi, Ruth. How you going?
Yeah, good, Steve. How are you?
Cold. It's miserable. We're in lockdown. Nice to meet you, Matt. How you going?
Yeah, good, excellent. No, it's great to finally have you on the stream and like be in the same sort of time and place and being able to have a chat. Because yeah, certainly seen you around on a few of the other streams, and obviously your stream, which I think you do every other Friday night about this time, don't you?
Yeah, I'm just whenever. I like to make sure he doesn't do it, so I can sort of hold the slot for her. But lately, I've been lazy. Just hadn't, no rush to do it. So
yeah, I think it's tricky at the moment to have the motivation, Steve. So we understand.
Yeah, Victoria at the moment is just lockdown central. It's a nightmare. Can't do anything. We're not even allowed to leave the house, pretty much. So yeah.
So you guys,
we'll get through it. It'll be right.
We'll get through it. We've got some Lego, and we can always just keep ourselves amused and occupied that way. So
yeah, plenty of Lego to
do. What are you looking at doing today, Steve, on the stream?
Well, I thought it's something I got a few days ago, so I might build this one.
Oh, wow.
This one before the lockdown really kicked in and all the retail closed. So purchased this one at Toy World, this local Toy World. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, that's great. Because I thought I saw during the week they'd done it as a like a blue and silver one or something. So I didn't know whether a fan had mocked that or that's sort of like Wave 2 or something.
Oh, okay. They might have modified like a War Machine variant. So
yeah.
Okay. It wouldn't be too hard because it's a very similar style.
Anything we can change the color and reuse and sell the same product. So welcome along, Broken Berry is saying Steve's collection looks awesome. Yeah, it does.
Cheers. Yeah. You should see what I'm looking at across. I'll do a quick show here.
Every time I'm in a
wow.
stream, everyone always wants a room tour. It's fantastic. We're all so jealous, Steve.
Yeah, they're my superhero figs.
It's such an awesome display.
So
I mean, the thing which I saw up on the right there, is that like an Optimus Prime reissue?
up the top. No, that's Jada. That's actually really large too. It's just like a Hot Wheels style car, but really big. Some figs. Got some stuff in there.
Oh wow. Yeah, cool.
The modulars down the bottom. And I'll go over my son's head there. There's some stuff behind us. I got in the top corner there, you can see my Sanctum Sanctorum. That's a mock.
Yep. Oh wow.
And this stuff all in here pretty much is just sets that I like. And then a chunk of Batman behind me. Get my big head out of the way. And then some stuff down here, I guess, too.
Some more Batman and the dinosaur skeletons and that's that all looks great. It's
a little bit crazy. You got to have some fun in your Lego room, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So, because when I've seen you on other people's streams, obviously seen in the background there, and so like always curious as to what exactly is there. So
and there's so much that you're limited with space, I guess, to display. So there's a lot of things that have to go away. I can't keep everything, so it's all got to be either put in the garage or broken up and mixed in with spare parts that I could show you, but it's crazy. I don't know how many spare parts I've got. It's crazy number. So.
Yeah, I've been going through recently some of the kids' stuff. Like we've just thrown all the instruction manuals into drawers, which has now taken up like 4 or 5 drawers. So then, collated them into some plastic storage containers, and at the same time going through this cataloging them, and you're looking at it, it's like, that needs to running close to like 400,000 or 500,000 parts. It's like I didn't think it was that many. So,
it adds up so quick. Quick. The thing is too, like when I started collecting, it was superheroes got me back into it. So I was into the superheroes, and my now 15-year-old son's into Star Wars. So I don't know if I've shown Solo or not, but yeah, Liam, for a 15-year-old's got a really, really good Lego collection. So I like Star Wars, but I couldn't collect it. So he was able to get the stuff that I wanted. Yeah, got a few UCS and stuff.
Things like that. So in terms of the superhero stuff, are you sort of more of a Marvel or DC, or it doesn't really matter?
I like both. In terms of like the movies, I would prefer Marvel, but my favorite superhero is Batman. So it's what are they? Com si com sa. It's 50-50. So I like them both.
And certainly with the way that Lego has been doing Batman, or with the film and everything, there's plenty there to get a fix.
Oh, absolutely. I've got like original. I can't even see it. It's down the bottom, but like all the 2006 sets. So I've managed to get all those, and I'm pretty happy with that. Most of the figs, I think, except for the Comic-Con ones. That's not really an option for me. We are too far from everywhere to be able to get those.
So Adora, I don't want to be too presumptuous, but is superheroes stuff in your wheelhouse?
I actually do have some, which surprises people. So there are a couple of little videos on my channel. I did get most of the Affinity War Marvel set. Ooh. And I got most of the Endgame wave as well. I've got the Captain Marvel spacecraft. I've got Black Widow's helicopter. I did get a couple of Lego Batman sets as well, because that's a fantastic film. That's up there with one of the great Batman films. If you've
I have to say, Ruth, your coolness level is like through the roof now. Very impressed. I thought they were going to drop a couple of the DC Girls sets, and that was going to be it. But no way, you've gone well and truly.
I do have the entire wave of DC superhero girls.
I'm not sure.
So no, so I've got all of that as well. But I really like all the Marvel films. I think that the Christopher Nolan Batman movies are brilliant. The Lego Batman movie is hilarious. I thought that it was absolutely genius that Lego took Batman in a bit more of a comic direction after we had, the intensity of a bit more of a serious real world Batman in the Christopher Nolan stuff. And it's just nice to build different things. So, I just sort of go, as much as I absolutely love my friends and my rainbows and my bright colours, it's also really cool just to sit down and build a spacecraft every now and again and sort of go, oh, yeah, cool. It's nice to build like a Black Hawk helicopter.
Lego diversity, it's good.
Yeah, because it builds up your skills and your techniques as well, and you always learn something,
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got a heap of like the what would you call them? I guess pastel-y sort of coloured parts, the elements.
Yeah.
I've bought a few secondhand or bulk lots with friend stuff in it. I've never built a friend set, but I've got parts from the friend sets. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I just sort of go, it's cool. Like, I mean, it's just stuff like, again, I've got parts and you sort of go, oh, that's probably might come in handy at some stage or another. And, I don't know. It's just interesting, I think. And I think that Broken Fairy has had a question here, patiently waiting to Steve to find out if you have the giant Batmobile.
I did see the question, but I thought, don't answer until you're asked. I do have the giant Batmobile. I have the Batpod, and I have the Tumbler and the 2006 UCS Batmobile. And I've also got a variant. I'm trying to remember what it was. Jerry Builds Bricks, or I can't remember what it was. But it was the 89 Batmobile, but a smaller scale than the UCS, but it's still massive. So this was cool because it splits apart and it becomes the missile. The missile. Yeah. So yeah.
I remember seeing that and looking at that, and like before they released the 89 one, thinking about possibly doing that. And it was interesting because then when they released the 89 version, there's been a few people who naturally done the comparison, and it was interesting because they were basically like saying, particularly on the Lego 89 Batmobile, where you've got the headlights and it does like a weird angle and things. So like, on the fan built one, they're able to do that, but then the Lego couldn't do it. And so like,
Oh, they're both fantastic builds, and I don't regret for a second purchasing the instructions and building that other set, because I think I had 80% of the parts already. So that was good, not having to pay for postage on a lot of parts. So.
Yeah. I was actually looking today on Bricklink, and every place that had the stuff that I wanted wouldn't ship to Australia because of COVID. No one in Australia has the stuff that I want, and the US and Germany are saying no.
You're going to have to send me a link to the parts you're after, because I might have someone that can get them for you. So.
It is friend stuff, though, so I don't know whether or not that's an option.
We've got a lot of Lego stores and Lego fans and groups down in Melbourne, so
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Send me what you're chasing, and we'll see how we go. I can put it out there,
mate. That's a fantastic offer. I couldn't believe that.
Matt. Bricks, great to have you in. I think I just managed to find the one that Steve was talking about, so I might just pull that up for a sec.
Sorry, Dad.
Where do we go? Is that going to come up?
Correct.
So this is the one which splits off into the missile and everything as well. So this is the fan built one.
Yeah.
They should have it there like that. Yeah. So
yeah, they're all extra wheels on the inside as well. There's a lot of wheels in this one.
So how do you find weight-wise? Is it about the same as the Lego version, or is it?
There wouldn't be much difference, even though this is significantly smaller. There's more brick in this one, I think. I haven't really put them comparison-wise for weight, but size-wise, there's a big difference. So, yeah, I'll see if I can see how far I can take my camera.
You're on a bit now, Steve.
Not really good because of the reflection, I guess, but you sort of see the size difference of the two.
Oh, yeah.
Was the...
So I can get up higher. No.
We're getting all those mini...
Right. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, they're next to each other because...
Reflections of reflections in there. Not
yeah,
good.
because when initially I couldn't see the one on the right, and so like, well, what? The one down below it doesn't look like it. What?
Yeah, sorry guys. I could have prepared these earlier if we knew.
Yeah, no. That's cool. That's excellent. I'll just kill that there for a second. So we got Cy O'Connor in. Thanks very much for stopping by. Cy, I sent you a link if you want to jump in, even if it's just for a little bit. Don't have to though. You might be busy doing something else. And of course, Cy saying hi to Steve as well.
Hi, Cy. How you going, mate?
Yeah, and yeah, Cy manages to, I think, always see him on a lot of different streams and things. So it's almost like he's got an antenna for it.
Yeah, he was very prevalent in the 72-hour stream. Saw him a lot.
He was there and everything. I think even too, like that was the first one which he did, and then he also had I think it was it Ryan? I think it was on his first stream. So you know the Star Wars guy which goes crazy, the one for the 501st Battle Pack and all that sort of stuff.
Mr. M&R Productions.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Cool. So do we cover off, Steve, what you might be doing today?
What I was doing?
Yeah, whether you're going to build something or...
Oh yeah. No, I was building. I said I'm the worst when it comes to this. I struggle to build because I start to get attention, and I start watching what other people are doing. So I can definitely jump onto that. And if I grab my little thing, I can connect my camera and show you guys as I'm building.
Yeah, cool.
A lot prettier than the image at the moment. So.
I mean, I think you would know as well, when it comes to actually streaming and hosting and trying to build at the same time, it's always a bit of a challenge. Oh, that's right, the Iron Man one. Yeah, we had spoken about that in the Iron Patriot.
That's how we end up discussing our lengthy superhero set.
Right, so... then I was going to ask, obviously, Steve, you being a bit of a Batman film fan there, what did you think of the Lego Batman film?
I'm a different viewpoint to adore a build when it comes to the Lego Batman movie. Because I'm a comic book fan, I like my Batman gritty, and I like him, not the nicest of people. So... he's not there to joke around and play games and have fun. He's there for a reason, and usually that reason's taking names and kicking pants. Pretty much. Yeah. So I wasn't as Look, I love the characters that came out of it. I love the figures. Some of the sets were great. I mean, just in the background here, you can see a few of the Lego movie. The Batman Lego movie sets, like the space shuttle, the ultimate Batmobile, and the Batwing, or whatever it's called. They're the only things that have survived so far of the cull to try and create space. I've got lots of the other sets all outside. I guess wasn't huge on the character, but. It was fun for kids, and I guess that's what the movie was for. Yeah, that was the market.
Clearly.
Yeah, I know. So I'm the wrong person to ask. The movie wasn't made for me; it was made for others.
Yeah, it wasn't Frank Miller Dark Knight version. So
No. Whoa. That leads me to my favorite figure actually. See if I've got one there. I'm jumping the gun a little bit to because you haven't asked me because there's a few Batman figures out there, but this is my absolute 110,000% favorite. I feel like it's a Dark Knight Returns inspired with the style.
Yeah.
The color and the massive logo and all that.
Yeah, and this is I think this was the second Batman second one released. You can see the cowl, the original cowl.
Yeah,
so I think this is number 2.
Okay.
Just behind the original with like the gold on the torso.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's definitely my favorite Batman figure.
And Sean Studios come along and ask you, Steve, what's your favorite Batman set?
Oh, that's a good question. A bit on the spot. It's hard. I mean, if I'm looking at the figures, or if I'm just looking at the actual the playability, or we're looking at the design or size.
Agreed, Steve. Let's go with that.
Okay. Look, I think in terms of set, probably UCS 89 Batmobile is my favorite, just because of the size of it. It's massive. It's not what Lego used to be. It's not. When I see this, I think of Lego. I think it's a replica of a car. It's not a Lego. I think one of the coolest sets that Lego produced was the 2012 Arkham Asylum. It had some great figures, and the build was fantastic as well. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm put on the spot here.
Really? Like once the stream ends. Sorry, what did you say, Dora?
I said you really just need to have the whole catalogue in front of you to be able to go through and double check everything.
Yeah, it's look. I mean, there's the Joker Manor's cool. There's so many cool sets out there. It's funny, you can't really see it, but on the Palace Cinema, I got the custom stickers, and then the Christopher Nolan trilogy. So the stickers on there are for the Nolan trilogy of Batman instead of the and they look really cool. So then I can put like the I don't know if you can really see in there or not, but let's see how we go.
Submitted a week early.
Just in here on the stickers there. So I have Batman, and he's holding like a statuette as if he's got a gold trophy for his part in the movie. So just a bit of fun there, I think. So yeah. So I feel like I'm taking over, Matt. That's not my intention.
No, it's cool. There's only 3 of us. Might have a few others along a bit later on. But yeah, I think somebody in the chat threw up about Batman, which seems to be very much in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Sean suggests Joker Manor is overrated. It probably is, but I got it for free. So for me, it's always hard to sort of be too harsh on a set when you don't pay for it. So I did helped out a Bricklink seller with a few sets. I parted out for them, and this was a payment for it. So I had nothing else to do in my life at the time. So it was nice to get a reward.
Yeah, getting paid in Lego, everyone's dream.
Yeah. So So I don't know. Look, I could probably see and understand that point, but yeah, I got it for free. So I feel like I earned that set rather than paid for it. So it's different. I'm just going to go with it for a sec.
Yeah, sure, no worries. So Adora, I mean, do you same question? Do you have a favorite Batman set?
Favorite Batman set? Oh.
Yeah, it might be a little. Or maybe put it the other way. What was one you enjoyed building?
of the Lego Batman sets that I've got, I think I only got 3, and they were all very small, but I did still get them. But and I do like the look of some of the sets that have come out. I do sort of tend to agree, Sean, that the Joker Manor can be a bit overrated, but it's still a really nice looking set. And I think that the concept was really cool, was to take Wayne Manor and sort of modify it for the Joker. I thought that was a really nice idea. I do really like Lego Leprechaun's Batman mock that he's been building. If anyone's seen that on YouTube, I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen that either, but that he's just gone bananas with it. So he's got a fantastic Lego city, and he's got Wayne Manor, and he's also got Arkham Asylum. But then underneath his city, he's going to be building this giant bat cave, which is just bonkers. Like, it's got different areas, it's got a lake, it's got rock work, he's got so I am really impressed with sort of that build, and I think that we have got some really fantastic like Batman mocks as well. So which was one of the things that was really nice for me to see once I started to get into like the Lego YouTube side of things, was just being able to click onto videos where I sort of knew the characters and I knew, you know, knew what was sort of going on.
Yeah,
Whereas,
it's not a completely
Follow the builds,
foreign
don't
property.
you? As they go, you follow as you go.
Yeah,
As it's being built.
yeah. But yeah, Lego Leprechaun, he's doing some brilliant stuff. He's also got a fantastic like Oriental city as well. Yeah, there you go. That's his bat cave.
Yeah, it's just I just did a quick little search for it because I don't think I've come across this one, because there's been some really amazing bat caves out there that people have done, and this certainly, from what I can see, is ranking up there.
The greatest bat cave I've seen, well, images of it, was Brent Waller's bat cave from Brent Waller in Queensland, the US. In Australia. It's phenomenal. It's like 7 feet high. It's words can't describe it. That's how good it is. Lights, everything. So
I don't know whether or not I've seen that one, Steve, but I really liked this one because depending on the angle of the photo is that you get all these different like Batman motifs.
Yeah.
And even like in the water, is that he's got like the Batman symbol in shadow underneath like the blue tiles, and I just sort of think that his attention to detail has been really fantastic. I really like how he's done some of his rock work as well, because he's actually laid down some of those smaller brick panel pieces or rock panel pieces horizontally and then sort of built around them as well, which I think is a really nice look. So,
Yeah, it's funny once you start seeing how people do their mocks and they get the great effects and things, and you're just like, how exactly did you do that?
Yeah, I know. I think Lego Leprechaun also did quite like a big tutorial about how he does his rock work. I was just like, thanks for that. It might go to a village, because that's every Lego builder's dream is for it to end up in a mermaid village.
Hey, if it works, take it, steal it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for an image. I did a bat cave back in 2016.
If you've got that, let's pop that up. See,
that one I took to Brick Venture, and also to Bendigo for Bendigo Bricks. Finding images is not as easy as I would have thought it would be. I have found Brent's though. Can I?
Yeah, let's have a look at that then.
Yeah. If you can pop it into the comments or the private chat or whatever, then can throw it up and out to everyone as well.
I'll show you the share screen if that's okay.
Okay, sorry. Yep. I'll just do that and see if I can get rid of this other one here. Sorry.
Wow.
Can I solo that there?
So I wasn't too sure how to crop and stuff like that. But yeah, that's Brent. Brent's the designer that created the Ecto 1 and also
really?
the Seinfeld.
Sorry, what was the second one? I missed that.
Seinfeld. Or Seinfeld? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So this is Brent. You can sort of see on the side here where he's done a section for each villain.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Hang on, that's something I did. I might have to go the other way, I think. So I went the wrong way on that one. So you can sort of see the cutout there that he's done with the bat symbol. I would love to claim this as mine. I can't though. It's not. Another cutout where if you look at it from the right angle, you can see the bat symbol again.
Yeah.
You need to sort of be in the right place. Got to have a dinosaur. Got to have a T-Rex, a robot T-Rex. Here's Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul with the Lazarus pit.
Yeah.
And there it is, lit up.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So I'll remove from the stream for now, and I'll see if I can find mine's nothing like that.
Can you just share that the link to the Facebook photo, like one of the
I'm sure there will be. Just give me a sec. I'm sure there will be. I'll show you something. Also, this was from Queensland in Australia. So hopefully that's it. Yeah, this is an image here of a Batmobile a mystery machine that I turned into a Batmobile. and got the Batman from Queensland to
endorse.
To hold it for the photo. So it was funny. Yeah, Movie World. They have Batman and Scooby Doo. So actually, should I? No, I won't show you that one. Oh, I need to find this one.
Yeah, it's remember the Movie Worlds in the Gold Coast there. When there's God, I wouldn't like to think how long ago it was, but certainly the Batman ride there was always the sort of things like go in, turn left, do the Batman first before the queues get crazy.
Yeah.
So.
This is taking forever. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's cool. I mean, it's always that sort of thing. Whenever you try to find something on the spot, it's like you figure out the longest way to get to it.
Yeah, I thought this would probably be the easiest. This might work. So I've got to share the screen again.
All right, Sean. See you later. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Sean. No. The dino is a trophy. It's from the comic books.
Yeah, it's from the comics.
Yeah.
It's like there's a couple of signature things. It's like the dinosaur, the giant
penny playing card. There's I've just gone blank. Jason Todd's uniform.
Yeah.
There's a few. I actually have on here. These are the atomic batteries. So anyone from a fan from the '60s would have known about the atomic batteries.
Yeah,
they're just from about 4 or 5 years ago, and my ability to build has gotten a lot better since. So these flash here recharges the atomic batteries. You've got to have a story. If you don't have a story, yeah. So yeah, this is my custom Batmobile that I created. And here the door actually slides open and close. I put in like a little tablet so that we could play the Batman movie if we choose to. Stairs going up and my little silhouette in the waterfall there of the bat symbol. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so I also put in a purple guitar.
Purple guitar.
Anyone know why I would put a purple?
Prince.
It is for Prince.
Oh,
Oh, right.
So yeah,
box of all time.
I'm not a huge Prince fan. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind Prince, but yeah, but yeah, he was responsible for a few Batman songs from the movie. So
yeah,
I think he did most of them, like, other than the main theme tune, which I think was a Danny Elfman one. Because I remember, and it's probably going to show my age the wrong way, in the lead up to promoting like the release of the '89 film, it was very much done around all of the Prince stuff and everything like that. And then as soon as the movie hit, that quietly disappeared really quickly, and then they focused more on the other aspects of it. There's always an interesting one there. Have you been able to, Steve, just drop any of those links in?
Yeah, I've just got one here. I'm trying to find his actual YouTube channel.
Okay.
So if
any of your stuff you just had then,
I'll put that in the private chat there, so you can check that out and maybe get some images from it, or at least be able to Google from there, I guess, with that information.
Yeah, I've grabbed that and then just popped it in and waiting for YouTube to come up. It's that sort of thing when you probably know when you stream, if you try to access any sort of video or anything like that, it really freaks out.
Yeah.
Oh, Tease is here. Hi, Tease.
Oh, hi, Tease.
I slept in. I think you're okay to sleep in.
Just kill that there. Oh wow, yeah, that looks awesome. So
he's a phenomenal builder, and yeah, I've had him on my stream before, and really well spoken, and yeah, just a really genuinely nice guy. So super eager to get that Seinfeld set. I've even got my space worked out where I'm putting it. So.
Oh, I'll just kill that there if that's got there. So just have that. The quality's dropping down. I'll just in the normal chat there. I'll post the link so anybody else can then also have a look. But yeah, rotating Batmobiles. Hopefully, I think the quality is just not coming through well enough. Some really cool stuff.
Yeah, probably maybe his Insta might be able to get better images, but
yeah, to see if he's because it looks like he's got the Wayne Manor at the top as well. I don't know what's happening now. Computer's not responding.
Yeah, I like to think I can mock okay, but then you see something like this and you're like, why do I even bother?
Go and cower in the corner sort of thing.
I just enjoy his build and think, okay, I'm glad it's not a competition because I'm not in that league.
Where do I just take that off there? Sorry, just managing that back. Put that in. See if his channel has got a link to his Instagram or something. So I'll just remove that back out there. But yeah, it was interesting. Last Saturday, I was interviewing on my channel as a bit of a live thing the winner of the first Lego Masters UK, and just really picking his brain about everything there. And it was just interesting because one of the things was about, how for a TV show, and that being a competition, and in terms of like a lot of the times with Lego and stuff, it's not a competitive thing. So how that dynamic works, and then also too, he's subsequently found now sometimes when he displays at shows, people come and give him a hard time because it's sort of like, well, you won, but I can do better, sort of thing. And it's like, well, yeah, but you weren't on the TV show at that point in time, and some of the constraints they're up against sounded pretty challenging.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, it's awkward, isn't it? Because yeah, and there's a lot of restrictions as to what they can and can't do as well. So you're very limited with what you can do on the show, I guess, with in terms of licensed products and those sort of things. So yeah, not an easy thing. And I've had friends that went on the show and in Australia, and after the show, it really took a lot of that love for Lego off them for a little while. Mm. So I think there was just the idea of going on a show for fun is great, but it sort of can really, it can go the other way and sort of take away from you too. Well, almost lost that.
Yeah.
Hey, Early Lego, great to have you in. I think that's the first time I've seen you around the channel, so thanks very much for stopping by. So yeah, is it just a matter that like when you're saying that it's taking the love away from it, is it just because they're in that environment, or is it just you've spent 12 hours every day thinking about Lego, it's like I just need a bit of a detox?
Yeah, I think it was, look, for one of the contestants in particular, I think it was the fact that she didn't have access to her kids the way she would have liked.
And
that made it a lot harder for her. But yeah, look, they all say they would do it again, that they've had, it was an awesome experience, but it is draining, very draining. So, and obviously when you're doing a program like that, you don't get control of the editing. So there might be, you've had one bad moment out of the whole day, and that might be the thing that gets highlighted. So it's a hard thing about reality TV, isn't it?
Yeah, that was one thing that Nate was commenting on. Like they did, because when they did it, it was like the first one, and there's like, the UK does a season, and it consists of 4 episodes. So they went and did all that, pre-background filming, and spent days and days doing that, and then it's like they used, he said, like 5 seconds in the actual show itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I guess the Australian one, they're sort of doing it a bit like MasterChef, where it's quite over the, well, not over the top, but they really do ham up the dramatic angle of it.
100%, they do, with the especially when it comes to the time, and are they going to make it? Are they not going to make it? Of course they're going to make it. Yeah, but I don't know. Oops, we just lost it.
Would it be the sort of thing that you've either of you guys, have you considered going on it, or if you had the opportunity, would you, or you just not interested?
I can't lie. I did apply for season 2, and it got to the point where we hadn't heard back whether we were yes, no, maybe, whatever, but we'd been through all the hoops. We just couldn't commit after that. After a certain point, and said to them, "Don't know if decisions are made, but we have to pull out." So. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we would have got in any way. But it just got to the point where we didn't have a choice. We really had no choice but to pull out.
Yeah, Adora, what's your thoughts around it?
Well, I think it would probably be a bit tricky because I don't actually know that many people to build with, and you usually have to go in as a pair, don't you? And most of the people that I like to hang out with in the Lego world, I hang out with on YouTube. I'm like, can I bring my virtual friend from the UK? And while I do think that I'm probably not too bad as far as being able to build from instructions, I'm actually really slow at building mods. And I faff over them so much. Like I will build it will sit on my dining room table. I'll be on the sofa watching TV and I'll keep looking at it, and I'll have to turn it around and change angles, and then I'll have to change this bit and change that bit, and I'll have to go, I'm going to have to order in Bricklink parts, and I need 6 1x1 purple, plates in order to get my mock so it looks wonderful. And I just sort of go, I don't think that I would handle the pressure of time restraint very well. And I think the combination of me faffing and freaking out over time restraints would make for dramatic television. But I don't think anyone would really like me. I think I've come across really badly on reality TV.
I think the biggest thing is you've got to make sure you have a partner that you can bounce off of, and not just ideas, but also to keep your mental health strong. And you're there for a long time together. You've got to have more than Lego just to be able to talk to someone. We all love Lego, we do, but there are other things in life that can keep you going. So, if you find someone that you've got a lot of common interests with, I'm sure that would help as well. So, but it'd be a great experience. But again, it comes down to, potentially, 3 months of your life that you've got to spend away from family, pretty much. Yeah. So it's a lot of ask.
Where is it filmed, Steve? In Australia?
It's filmed in Melbourne at Flemington. So, Flemington? Yeah, Flemington. So at the showgrounds in Melbourne.
Okay.
It's ironically where they filmed MasterChef. Very close to that. So, the guys that do Australian Ninja Warrior also do Lego Masters. So,
do that as well. Is the Lego? Sorry, the Lego MasterChef. Yeah.
The Lego Ninja Masters.
Put them all together. Are they still doing MasterChef in Australia?
It's not a show I watch. I just know that it was the same area. So, I'd have to defer that question to the wife. I'm more into the chase, I guess. That's sort of my preference for. You'd call that a game show? You wouldn't really call that reality TV, would you?
What's that?
The chase. It's more a game show. I prefer to watch the chase than those sort of shows, the cooking shows.
Yeah. Oh, I think they. I haven't been in Australia for quite a number of years now, and it just seemed like it was hitting saturation point between MasterChef and what was the other one Channel 7 was doing, Pete Evans and that. I can't even remember.
Oh, the cooking one. I can't even look at the names.
My Kitchen Rules, that was it.
Yeah, I think that one's run its course, that one. They created some new show about Plate of Origin, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I won't be watching it, but you get saturated with ads. So
Yeah. No, it's
watching YouTube.
Well, that's the thing. I've gotten to the point with YouTube, like for a lot of stuff now, where I just put it on double speed. So you try to watch, because also watch or listen to a lot of audiobooks on double speed. So I've gotten used to it. So now if you go back to like normal TV and watch a documentary that's so slow and with ads, it's just like, oh, I can't think of anything more painful.
Sean's wondering if we're all Australian. I'm Australian, but I did live in the UK for 3 years. I live in Croydon, South London.
Yeah, Ruth's from Western Australia, so it's really like another country over there. The distance is like phenomenal.
Island.
And Steve, you're down in Melbourne, is it?
Yeah, I'm in Melbourne, in Victoria. Loving the COVID life, not. No. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm Victorian. I've been here all my life. I've been overseas on holidays and whatnot, but no, this is the only place I've really lived. So I love it. COVID stuff aside, it is one of the coolest places to live.
Yeah. It's I'm originally from New South Wales and spent a lot of time in Sydney or outback sort of places, and just been in the UK now for quite some time, long enough that they think, hey, you can be UK now. So and that was sort of the idea of the stream, is just being able to get some of the UK builders and the Australian builders talking a bit, just because the time difference are always a bit more of a challenge. So
I think it's good because there's a lot of things that the English and the Australians can connect with that the US guys and girls don't. They just don't grab that same the grasp of the same concepts that we can talk about. So I won't mention sports and things because there's we won't go into the ashes and all those things. But there's a lot of things that we've just even words in common that they don't use the vocabulary the same. So.
Yeah, well, one of my Lego mates, she's in San Diego, and whenever she's talking to myself and Robin Hull, who's British as well, I think he's in London, is that sometimes she actually needs to go into Translate to figure out what him and her are going on about. So she's like, there's been quite a few things where we've said stuff which we're thinking that we're being very witty and funny, and she's just like, I don't even know what that means. What are you talking about? What time is it in Australia? It is almost 7 o'clock for me on the West Coast.
And almost 9 p.m. Here, Australian Eastern.
Yeah. And what time is it for you, Matt, in the UK?
It's coming up to, in 10 or 5 minutes, it'll be midday. So that's now. But then when we do the daylight savings and things, because I've still got a lot of family, obviously, in Sydney and things like that, so it's usually 9 hours difference. But then when past October, it then comes out to 11 hours difference because, one clock goes forward while the others go back. So you add those extra 2 hours and it becomes even more confusing. So.
Yeah,
I don't think those in Wadawale go off the daylight savings, do they?
I don't
believe in it.
What daylight savings?
Yeah, I think they're just sort of stuck in their own time zone.
Yeah, we just
leave it as is. Hey, I've been to Mandurah, so that means I qualify to talk about Western Australia, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You think that we've closed the borders for COVID, but we're actually just digging the trench to separate us from the rest of the country.
All the nice things that I'm thinking at the moment, I won't say. Yeah.
And Steve, Sean wants to know if you like the Justice League sets.
Justice League? Anything superheroes, I do. Is there anything in particular? I think the party one from the Lego movie, is that one that he was talking, or is he? I guess he might be talking the Batmobile carrier. I think it was the Flying Fox. I think it was called. Yeah. Look, I mostly the figs. They're the thing I grabbed most out of the sets because I have such a small collection of them now. I hate to think
crazy wall.
Yeah, the wall of yellow. It's all superheroes, and there's what's that? 64 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 600. So 640 minus 16, 20. So 620 figures I think I have in that wall. That's a few sets, I think.
That's just a little tiny bit. He extracted them from.
It's obscene. That's the word.
And then I think Sean's also asked if we like the DCEU movies. Sean's letting us know that he's currently watching them.
Okay, so not the Lego ones, just the standard DC.
I'm assuming.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Because there's I see it as three different things here. We've got the Lego version of the Lego DC movies. There's the animated DC movies, and then I'm assuming that means the actual cinematic movies. Look, anything superheroes is good in my book, but Suicide Squad was hard to watch. That was, I have to be honest, very hard to watch.
It's one of those classic things where the trailer had the best bits.
Yeah. I think Robbie played it as Harley Quinn, but aside from that, it was a bit rough, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's much the same. I haven't seen the latest Birds of Prey one, but they're just like even just looking at it visually, it's like I get you can do some translations from comics page, and they do some good stuff. But you look at it, it's like you got a yellow jumpsuit. It's sort of like, how is this Harley Quinn, I don't get it. Right?
I haven't seen that one yet.
No.
It just didn't grab me. I just, anything Marvel and I'm there on midnight screening. The DC, I'm not so fast. And this is blasphemy, but I really wasn't keen on the third of the Nolan movies. That one didn't grab me.
No,
it felt like it was just a mashup of No Man's Land and also the Breaking the Bat. I've just gone blank with it.
Nightfall.
Nightfall, that's right. Yeah, Nightfall. Thanks for that. It's
Sorry,
9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. Friday. Yeah, memory's not great. Yeah, and both great stories on their own, but trying to mash them up, it's just a bit too forced, I think. So, and seeing after 90 days of being stuck in a sewer, all these police officers that come out ready to fight as if they've been in the gym the whole time and cleanly shaven, clean uniforms. I don't know. It's just the little things for me. I don't know.
Didn't quite get there.
Yeah, I'm one of those picky people, I guess, when it comes to my movies.
It also seems like too each different one's got their own pockets of what they do well. Like obviously Marvel do their films really well. DC do their animated films really well. Some of the Netflix Daredevil, that was quite good done. Punisher to a lesser extent, and I didn't really do the other. What was it? Jessica Jones, and was it Luke Cage or Iron Fist?
Yeah, and Iron Fist was the one that was just I wasn't a fan of. Really hard to find anything that was worth watching in that whole thing. Jessica Jones, it was okay, but
I enjoyed Jessica Jones. I thought that was kind of cool, but I think it's always nice to see like a female superhero that's a bit sarcastic. That's clearly what I gravitate towards. But I also enjoyed the Wonder Woman film as well. I thought that was really cool too. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed the Wonder Woman one. I think because they didn't necessarily try to cram it so much into the DCEU in that artificial sort of way, like they did it as its own story, it had its own merits, and it worked well. So, I mean, it's a typical sort of thing, I think. Before Marvel did the Avengers, they did something like 8 films. Whereas I think it was still like the third one which DC had done, and that was after Batman versus Superman or whatever they wanted to call that one. Yeah,
they had to they did double speed it, I guess, to try and catch up, but it was never going to work. They didn't have the chemistry with the characters, and that's what I think that Marvel's managed to do. Just take it slow and build it towards something special, and now they're at the point where they have to rebuild with new characters, and that's going to be interesting.
Certainly some of the stuff they've announced about. Is it called Phase 4 or is it Phase 5? I
think we're into Phase 5. I think
Phase 5.
Don't quote me though.
Yeah, but you look at some of the films and things that they've announced, and it's sort of like. There's nothing there which you just sort of go, oh, I'm so excited for that. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. What do you think, Steve?
I'm pretty keen for She-Hulk because I think she's a very sarcastic character, and I think there'll be a lot of fun to have with that. Hopefully, they can bring in Hercules because Hercules is hilarious as a Marvel character. He's absolutely full of himself. Seeing him get knocked around in the comics is always fun. I don't know. See, being a big Marvel fan from the comics, they can't really go wrong, especially if they're bringing in characters like the Fantastic Four. That's new to their to the franchise where they can bring that in. Also, the X-Men. So there's a lot of ways and directions they could take it, or they could do a whole reboot. I don't know.
Yeah, it's certainly after suffering through the direct-to-video Marvel films of the late 80s and early 90s. It's like...
Are we talking Captain America with the plastic-style shield?
Yeah, there's that, and I mean the Dolph Lundgren Punisher, which it was good for what it was. I mean, when you're starved of anything, like when you're doing the Captain America before it, and then you had that weird Thor versus
Hulk.
Was it Thor versus Hulk? Yeah, TV something whatever. It's like
Lou Ferrigno Hulk. That one was. There you go.
Just remember they got the Thor and they're on a beach or something. It's like, yeah, this is.
Yeah, is this Thor or Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Point Break Thor or something. So, which I mean, speaking of Keanu Reeves, they're doing obviously Matrix 4 and then Bill and Ted 3. So.
Yeah, I saw somewhere where there was talk of Keanu coming into, I think it might have been Marvel Universe, as potentially Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider.
Okay.
So apparently there's a lot of money being thrown in his direction, but Ghost Rider for me is one of those characters where it's very bland. I'm not a big fan. Very, very powerful character, but I don't know. Pretty much.
I think because the Ghost Rider character, I think it will be that sort of Marmite thing. It's you either love it or you don't. But it's the sort of thing too. I mean, Marvel, there's been a lot of characters you sort of gone when they've announced it's like, oh, okay, that could be interesting. Then they've come onto the screen and they've done wonderful. So hopefully they can weave some magic on that. But I mean, that'd be interesting if they did have him as Johnny Blaze, because obviously he's. Because he did Constantine like years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, he was Constantine from the DC universe, and I think there's potential there for a sequel of that. So yeah, it's a lot of
Constantine was like an early 2000s film, maybe. That's going back a while, but yeah, it's just interesting because usually they make it a point to not have actors sort of like in both universes.
Yeah, I think it's more if you've been in Marvel, you don't. If you've been in DC, you don't usually go the other way. But DC don't mind having ex-Marvel characters. And I did see. I've just gone blank. Who played Superman again?
Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill?
The one that lived in on the Isle of Man, from Isle of Man. I can't believe I've forgotten his name. Someone in the chat. No, the latest Superman.
Henry Cavill.
Sorry?
Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill, yes. Sorry, Henry Cavill. Sorry, you did say Henry. Sorry. Henry Cavill, talk of him potentially being Wolverine because he has a body shape for it. But I'm not quite sure he does. The ideal Wolverine for me is someone that's 5'3".
Yeah.
Stocky and strength and anger. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, but I mean, again, it's that sort of thing. You allow for some sort of flexibility. I mean, obviously they did Hugh Jackman, and being an Aussie as well, you never sort of say that that's a terrible thing. But I feel like that character really well. So. Yeah, he was like a foot taller though. Yeah. When you're a fan of the comics, it's really hard to sort of see these things transition and not be the way you want them in your head. Of course, you come around. I mean, Hugh Jackman to me is always going to be Wolverine, but I don't know. When I see Wolverine, I see someone that's a head shorter than any other X-Man, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing where it's. Like when they do adaptations of books to film, there's always a certain amount of play that you can have with it, and if it's done right, like with the way that Hugh Jackman was, a huge Wolverine fan, like particularly from a lot of the comics and things, you don't mind that as much. And then again, it's sort of like, well, okay, you stuck directly to it, and we had direct-to-video Captain America in 1990. So let's give it some play so it's got some air to like do something interesting.
Oh, absolutely. And look, I'm a believer in let directors have a chance but come on, just make sure you give the fans what they want to. Don't go too obscure. Don't go recreating characters when, like Deadpool from Wolverine the Origin. They potentially killed off a character in that point. So we're lucky that Ryan Reynolds was so dogged in creating for the fans an actual Deadpool that the comic readers can see on the screen. So
and
the Deadpool we deserve.
But even that had to be dropped in that they did that promo thing and then dropped it onto the internet to really get momentum forward for it. So Adora, we've got a question here. What set is that?
It is the most recent Lego Friends aeroplane. I can't remember what the name of it is. Heart Lake City Aeroplane? I don't know, something like that. So, yeah. I think, it came out at the beginning of the year. Or was it in the most recent wave? I can't remember. It came out this year.
If it's Friends and you got a Heart Lake in the title, you're probably halfway there.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with that guess. But I thought now's the time to build an aeroplane because we know what they are by next year. We would have
they would have been retired. So it's funny, we've been watching with the kids the recent space launches and things like that, and it's just weird to think that they will never see like the space shuttle launches as what we know them to be, like with the proper shuttles and things. They'll just be these like SpaceX type rockets and things like that.
The future.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Brett's builds here. Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett. How's it going? So, cool. Just in the chat, if we can just keep it calm, it's okay. It's cool. It's fine. So the other thing I was just going to ask quickly, Adora, would you mind just showing us some of those little pod things that you built? Just curious to see what they're like.
This one's quite an old one. So this was part of their... Come on, webcam. Are you going to focus for me? No. Oh. So this one was from their...
We'll do the George Costanza squint.
If you just squint and imagine what this is. This was actually when they released a whole heap of like their snow resort sets. So, they had their little winter wonderland outfits and they had cabins and ski pods and all of that sort of stuff. So I actually picked up this polybag on Bricklink a while ago, but I thought I'd build it with the others. And then today, if anyone watched or saw my Instagram post, I also got all the new jungle cubes, which I won't build tonight because I will do them as a separate video for my channel. But in order to make it up to free shipping, I ended up grabbing other things, which happened to be these little pods, but I think these might have come out last year. So this is Mia's little one, which is like a little so this is this is a little one that is sort of like about exploration. So Mia is often out and about in the cabins and in the woods.
It's got a helmet there, hasn't it? Is it a magenta helmet?
Yeah, a magenta helmet. Quite often, she's got roller skates down here as well, and then like a little trolley. And she's also got her little rabbit friend as well, so a little bunny.
Cool.
So that's like quite a cool little set. And then it's sort of quite nice because on the front, they've got like the little holographic pictures.
Nice.
So you've got all of them, and then Mia for her pod. Unfortunately, they didn't have Stephanie's pod at the Lego store, so that's one of the things that I was looking at Bricklink. We've got Andrea's pod, which is all about music, since she enjoys her music, and she's got a little parrot there as well, and like a little DJ setup down here, just kind of cool. And again, on the front, she's got her little picture as well. Then we've got Emma in her lovely purple outfit. So that's another similarity that I share with Prince, is that we both like purple. And her cat, my webcam still not focusing. This is where YouTube falls apart for me because I can never get anything to focus when I need it to. But she's like,
across the other side of the room, we can see it, but we can see this little dot.
Oh, no. To there. But she's got her camera stuff and all of those sorts of things. And then again on the front, it's got the little holographic picture. Emma. Oh, focused. Excellent.
Yeah, no, that's come through well, that one.
And then the last little pod is our little satellite pod. So, yeah, Olivia always likes her robotics, so she's got her little robot friend there and all her tech gear, and that sort of stuff. And that's the front of her little pod. So, yeah, so I got the 4 purple pods to bump up my shipping in order to get all the jungle sets. Normally I'd get the jungle sets from Kmart, but they just don't seem to have them in stock yet. So the only place that I could get them from was the Lego shop. So, yeah, I grabbed those as well. But they must have been sitting around for quite a long time because they're sort of like older outfits, and Mia doesn't have her red hair either. She's got a darker coloured hair. So, yeah, that's what I've built so far. Going to see how I go with the aeroplane. I think this is about the 3rd aeroplane that we've had as part of the Friends wave as well. So, but we've got quite a nice little pilot outfit. And I really like that hat piece as well, because that's all.
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
That's all one piece with the bun and everything. So I sort of go, yeah, that's
got a love heart on it, has it?
Yeah. Is that focusing? No. If you squint, Steve, you can see that it's got.
Oh no, that's like, I can sort of see it. I was thinking a bit of Love Boat action going on with the hat.
Yeah. Quite cool. So yeah.
How are we showing his age?
Yeah, I know. We're all getting all the references to everything that we're talking about. And how are you going, Steve, with your build? You're getting through your helmet.
Okay, yeah. This is one I prepared earlier. No?
Excellent.
Is that your first sort of helmet one there, or have you done some of the other like Star Warsy type ones as well?
This is the first one. I don't buy the Star Wars stuff for me. I made that decision.
You put your wallet in quarantine from Star Wars.
I would love it, but yeah, no, have to be realistic and stick to one theme. I say that. Yeah, there's Speed Champions, there's modulars, there's ideas, there's Monster Fighters, everything.
There's everything that's there. Yeah, that's the sort of things. Lego Mania, great to have you in. Yeah, obviously that hat and hair is in one, as you've been sort of going there. So that's cool.
Yeah, and we even got a spare hair piece for her as well without a hat. So.
Yeah, no, that's great. So,
given that that's the 3rd plane for the Friends line, do they have any helicopters, or is this the version of the helicopter?
Well, oh no, actually, well they've had we've had a seaplane, a biplane, and then we've had like aeroplanes. Like there's a private jet, and then there's like a aeroplane that I would get on, and then this one's more like somewhere in between the private jet and the large aeroplane, I'm assuming. So they have had 2 smaller aeroplanes. I don't think that we've had. Oh no, we have had a few helicopters, but usually the helicopters are like really small. So there's been a
love their helicopters, don't they?
Yeah, I know there's been a couple of helicopters with the jungle sets. So, you know, they've been quite small. In the DC Superhero Girls wave, Bumblebee came in a helicopter, which was kind of similar looking.
They had one with the hospital, I think, as well, did they?
Yeah, there was one with the hospital as well, I think. Yeah, so there's been a few like little helicopters, but not like a Avengers helicopter, or you know, something that's a bit more big and substantial. We haven't had anything like that.
Does it come into the storyline, or it just happens to be that's a set that gets made?
I don't actually know that much about the Friends storyline.
Oh, so you don't watch Netflix? You don't watch the Lego Friends?
No, it's one of those funny things, and I don't often tell people this because it is actually quite strange. But when I moved into this house, I didn't realise at first that I didn't have an aerial for my TV, and I never actually put one in. So I do have a television set. I just don't watch TV. I tend to watch DVDs or YouTube if I'm watching it.
You don't miss much on free to wear.
Yeah.
No, it's actually
catch up with things anyway.
Yeah. So even when people are like, "Oh, Lego Masters," and I'm like, "Oh, I've never seen any of them." Forget that they even exist. So yeah, it's one of my many funny little quirks, I guess. But it's nice. It's good. I find that I've got more time to do stuff that I enjoy when I'm not watching TV.
They are a little bit behind the times, Matt, over in Western Australia. They don't even have television. Sorry, Rick.
I'm not a very good reputation for West Australians, am I?
No.
I think I'm even quite backwards for a West Australian, though. So.
I don't know. I've met a few.
Yeah, no.
Seem to be on par.
Get the state rivalry going here. Yeah,
I'm Victorian. We do that all the time. Don't worry about that. We drive it, and then we get upset when it comes back at us. What? We wouldn't do that to you. Yes, we would.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, we would.
I'm not going to say anything, Steve, because Victoria is getting their own punishment from the gods as we speak. You know, there's a reason the plague has descended upon you all. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. No, I don't.
No, you're right. I understand. Jealousy comes in many forms. I get it. Nothing to be jealous of at the moment, though. Wow.
Fresh air.
We'll get through. We'll be all right. We'll get through.
Yeah, I am definitely thinking and hoping that all of you guys are going okay over there.
Yeah, we know the difference between jokes and seriousness. Yeah, it'd be like if it was anywhere. You know, it doesn't matter where it is. It's just a horrible thing. So
yeah. And I think that sometimes it's even that whole thing where you've got to have a bit of a laugh about it as well, so that you can just take that sort of seriousness out of the situation now and again, I guess.
Look, we managed to send over Collingwood, our football club, to your state for a few months. We were happy with that. If we get it out of Victoria, that's supporters couldn't follow.
Oh dear.
What else you start to line up to export over to WA?
I don't know if anyone else in the chat's going to be understanding any of what we're talking about. Really gone off on an Australian tangent.
A bit of a tangent there. exposing some multiculture or something like that.
I guess.
But having said that, I mean, Legomaniac, what is it here? Just as I typed, the power went out in the whole building, so he's probably missed it all anyhow. So
I was going to say Legomaniac will probably understand what we're talking about, since I think that there's a bit of a Viking rivalry in his part of the world. So
yeah, he probably just thinks that the rest of the continent is just crazy anyhow, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think, if you've got a big family, you'll understand this. The biggest fights you'll have with anyone are in your family. But the moment someone picks on your family, everyone is in together. So Victoria, West Australia, Queensland, we all have fun. But when it's as a continent, when we've got to stick together, we stick together. So
yeah.
Did you guys last weekend had a whole bunch of new sets released, all the Mario stuff and things like that? Did you guys get them? Have you been able to get any of that stuff, or it's not your interest or in your wheelhouse?
For me, I'm not a big fan, but I grew up with Sega, so there's always a conflict there. I'm more Sonic than I am Mario, but that's after years and years of playing as a child. They definitely did come out. They definitely have come out, and they look cool and all that, but it's just not something I want to invest in. So it's a lot of time and money to put into something that size. It's big. There's a lot of stuff to collect with it.
Dora, I remember seeing. Adora, did you pick up anything recently out of the latest stuff to be released?
I haven't. I probably won't get any of the Mario stuff, but I also think that it's going to be one of those sets that I will absolutely love watching on other people's channels. So I think that CC from Cafe Con Lego, she did a bit of a haul video the other day, and she's picked up quite a few of the Mario sets. So I think that she'd do a really good review and that sort of thing. And I'd love to be able to watch how other people are enjoying it. So, but again, it's just coming down to, I'm sort of like going, I don't know how many more things I can start to collect. And because I'm so weird when it comes to collecting stuff, and I like to have complete collections, I'm like, oh, this is just, it's really slippery slope if I keep investing in too many of them. So I sort of just go, oh, yeah, I think I'm going to give it a miss. But like I said, it's going to be nice to be able to watch other people and see what they do with them.
Hey, Ruth, I think this is one of those sets that we'll let other people collect.
Yeah.
and we'll just, we'll hold back, and hey, you can't have everything. We'll let them.
Yeah.
But there's only so much to go around. We'll be generous and let you guys purchase that.
It's definitely one of those things that I'm really curious about, and I'm really curious to see how it all fits together and how it's going to work. And I think that now that they've sort of got is it the second wave that they've just come out, or they've come out with some extra bit? I think that that's going to be really interesting to see how people respond to that. So, yeah.
Sorry, which theme was that?
For Mario.
For Mario? I don't know what to do with stuff. Because I'm in Western Australia and we don't pay attention to stuff like that.
Oh, they'll get it in about 6 months. It's all good.
It's all good. They'll get the dregs, don't worry. Once the good stuff all been picked out of it. So, yeah. Megalomaniac would really like the NES set, but can't have everything. Yeah, I mean we grew up with the NES and things like that, so that's probably going to date us right away. But we've also got, like, for half the price, you've actually got the little classic NES with like 30 games on it and things like that. And so, like, you can actually play the real games as opposed to, like, I get that it's Lego, but it is kind of hard to go. For that price, because it's like £220, which I'm guessing is going to be pushing about 300 Aussie.
Yeah.
So
I think 300, 350, something like that. It's really crazy. I do have that NES as well. I do have that little NES, and I'm like, for $99, you get all those games, and you get something in play instead of just something that sort of sits there and you have to crank. And if you're a big fan, then absolutely you should get it. But I don't know. It's a big investment, I guess.
Yeah, and we we did get the Mario starter kit partially because they did the promotion of gift with purchase, and it was actually a bit of a significant set with it, like the little thomp thing, and we got little kids and just watching the way that they played with it, and I mean they loved it, they're into it, and they then spent the whole time. I set it up and had a quick go, and then they spent the whole time trying to beat my high score. So it's fun, and they're just trying to do bits and pieces with it. So I think the other one, which was the as Lego Maniac said, the piano, because that's what is it? I think is it £319? So I'm guessing in Aussie that's like 400 plus.
Oh yeah, it's crazy money. It's something I would love to own, but it's not anywhere near the money that I would like to spend. So it's not even on my radar, to be honest. But fantastic build.
Yeah, it'll be really great to see your video on it, Lego Lemaniac, when that arrives, because you do such wonderful builds.
You can probably use some of the techniques and turn it into one of his puzzle boxes. Here, how do you open the piano?
Yeah, throw down the challenge to you, Lemaniac.
There you go. We want a piano puzzle box.
No pressure.
No pressure, but I mean, you might have a few pieces there, but because that piano we saw and supported when it came through, and the actual ideas, and playing the piano and having kids which do it and everything, like, really exciting. But then again, it's sort of like the cost of it, and it doesn't like actually play. It's sort of like I get what they've done in terms of you put the phone app there, and if you press a key, then it will just advance the song along. So it's good in that regard. But for that amount of money, you think, could you have done something a bit better with the app? It does feel like it's a bit rushed, just with the turnaround time from it being like ideas, getting through that, doing the app, and then putting it out.
I know the original one was on display at Brickvention a couple of years ago, and I sort of have half memory of it, but not enough to say I remember seeing it perfectly 100%. But it was definitely on display at a venue I was displaying at, and Brickvention. I'm not sure if Matt, you've heard of Brickvention, yeah? You heard of Brickvention in Australia, in Victoria? It's the
I must admit.
That's okay. I'd say it's the biggest one in Australia by far. Ruth, okay. You've heard of Brickvention. Surely you've heard of Brickvention, yeah?
Yeah. I get jealous of Victoria whenever I see all the photos come through on Facebook.
we get everyone. We get people from all over Australia coming. It's fantastic. Our Lego community get to spend time with. It's just great, but it's that big. It's you can't really see everything, and I'm there for 4 days. You don't really get to see everything. It's just too big. So that was definitely on display at Brickvention, and I can't even remember seeing it. That's how bad, how bad I utilized my time. I guess too much talking. Too many people to catch up with.
It sounds like, there'd be a ton there to see. I've only just sort of come out of a dark age, so I can barely figure out what day it is, so let alone what. So you've got, what are the other couple of big conventions that you guys have sort of, I guess, in Victoria, and then also to Adora and WA?
Adora, you start. You go first.
As far as Lego is concerned, in WA, we have Bricktober, which is just like a little, which is a convention that gets run in October here in WA for builders to display at. So, which is cool. Last year I went and looked. I haven't displayed yet because I get all shy and awkward with certain things. That's probably going to be one of them. But it was really cool. It was good to go along and see the displays and see what else people come up with. And I think it is just really nice to get different ideas and, again, chat away to people about Lego and, that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those events, one of those I guess you call them a prestige event, where over here there are Victorians that would head over to Bricktober. Yeah, it's a cool event. Like I've seen images and had friends display there and stuff. And if it wasn't so far away, I'd like to get there, but it's a good 5 hours on a plane, and anything I build would have to potentially travel that distance. Yeah, and I like to build big, so yeah, that's why I love Brickvention. It's only 40-minute drive for me. The other one I've been to was in South Australia. Yeah, I'm just gone blank. Brickolade. It used to be called Brickolade, and they've changed that now. But that's one in South Australia that I went to and was fantastic. You make friends wherever you go with these exhibitions. Yeah, Bendigo for us in Victoria. It's like a mini version of Brickvention. There's those in Queensland. Rainbow Bricks do stuff in New South Wales. Yeah, I've pretty much only done Victoria and South Australia once. It's hard with a young family, but yeah.
Yeah, sounds like with a young family, and if you are also building big, then you start becoming a bit more limited with how to transport things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what about you, Matt? Have you attended any of sort of Lego conventions or looked around at different things or?
No, I've still just been coming out of a dark age, and then COVID sort of hit, so that's kind of stopped most things. As you can imagine, so it's one of those things. It's like all these mythical conventions I've heard about, and get-togethers and things. So you obviously got a couple of big ones in and around London, and then another one which I've only just been learning about. It's called Scareback, which is. Have you heard of it, Adora?
Yeah. I think that's the one that I think Kaz went to last year from Blockhead UK, and I think that Jacob might have interviewed a few people. I think, is that the same one?
Yeah. It's because it's just outside of Billund. You get a lot of the London AFOLs who go along to that, and they usually organise it as a relatively big sort of thing. So
it's a massive international fan event. That one. People from Australia attend it every year that they can. I've got friends, Trevor and Sue-Ann. They go pretty much every year. There's lots of people that try to get over, and I think it's probably the biggest one for the fans. Like there's one in Japan as well. It's pretty big. Outside of the US, because obviously US is always massive as wherever they have their events.
Yeah, I think Chicago. I think it's the Chicago Brick World is probably the biggest.
I think there's another Bricks by the Bay. Is that another one that they have? That's pretty big too. So
yeah, I think we'd need an American on to be setting us straight on some of those ones.
Yeah, it's hard to compare anything to the US with the amount of people and things that they've got going on over there. So
yeah, and it's much for them. They can drive for 4 or 5 hours, and depending upon which direction you're going, you're in different states. So, different world. Then Brett's Builds come up with an interesting question. Is anyone getting a mosaic? So I would imagine he's referring to the Beatles or Iron Man or Andy Warhol. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I'm tempted, but price range I think for us is $200 per pack, and if you want to build the giant Iron Man, you need to buy 4. So $800 for a mosaic. I'm not quite sure it's in my budget there, so I don't know. And again, I'd have to find room for it, to be honest. There's only a certain amount of Lego that the wife will let me have in the house.
I mean, that one does hang, so it's a bit easier.
Yeah, I'm sure I would hang too if I purchased something like that without her approval. So,
Adora?
Probably not. again, mainly due to the price. So, which is a shame because I do think that they do look absolutely lovely, and I think it would be really interesting to build them. But once again, that's going to be something that I'll probably live vicariously through someone else.
Someone else.
Yeah, so Steve, I'll patiently wait for your video of your giant mosaic on your channel.
Yeah.
I am the worst at uploading videos. I need to actually be more active with my channel, but I tend to get stuck doing live streams and having fun with friends. I should be a bit more active when it comes to videos. I've got a few things I could do videos of, but yeah.
There's a request.
Yeah.
Massive Iron Man build for $800 and a divorce.
And a divorce, I think.
That'd be the interesting part of it at the end of the video. That would be like the bonus behind the scenes. Here's the divorce.
Yeah, what this really cost me. Put the 800 aside.
Yeah, the Maniac. Yeah, the Iron Man is 3 sets to form that thing. So yeah, I mean, 600 as opposed to 800. But yeah, what's a few £100?
Oh, sorry, 3 sets. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's also said would be difficult to incorporate the mosaics into your elf shelf, Ruth.
Yeah,
I don't understand the challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done a few mosaics that I've created myself, and from scratch and everything like that. And while they are expensive, considering what you are getting, like, it's not bad value. Like, trying to get together significant quantities of tiles of any flavor is always a real challenge, because you can go on Bricklink and it's sort of like, okay, yeah, this piece is only cost you 1 cent or whatever else, and it's like, yeah, that's fine if you only want 4, but if you want 400 of them,
I have to teach you the 2 magic words: lug bulk. That's something you need to look into.
Very much aware of that. Yeah, we can talk a bit more about it, yeah, it's there's challenges around that as well, but yeah, it's
if you're not familiar with it, get familiar with it. Yeah, it's a good way of sourcing parts.
Yeah, no, just obviously as part of the lug, you need to balance that with what everybody else is interested in. How should we say? But so yeah, but much like what you guys are saying, it's like, to then buy them or whatever, and particularly if you do want to do the Iron Man or connect them together. And I think, what was the other one? Was it one of the Star Wars ones?
Yeah, I think Darth Vader.
Something similar. So I mean, it's a brilliant it's a brilliant marketing ploy from Lego. It's like, how can we get people to buy the same thing multiple times over? So that's there. But it's interesting too, with say some of the Beatles ones, or particularly the Beatles ones, where people are sort of like, oh, I'd have to buy 4 to do all the Beatles, and it's sort of like, well, I don't know, but Lego back in the day, it's like, you used to get 1 set and it would build multiple things, and that was the whole point. Admittedly, doing one of those mosaics is probably going to take a number of hours to then have to pull it apart and redo it. So
you could build you could build multiples of the mosaics. It's just that you're only going to get one at a time if you go that way. So
which I sometimes find funny when they do the 3-in-1 sets and everything like that, like where they make it such a branding point, and it's sort of like, well, back in the day, that's what Lego was. It was like multiple things that came in that, like, you'd have one, like the universal type sets and things. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what other people then start coming up with, because I think it's great that it's getting out there in terms of, design language and people thinking about mosaics and getting interested in it. And I think even some of them, they've got, they're not completely flat surfaces, they are slightly raised.
I think with the Marvel set, I believe that it's actually on plate rather than tile as well. I'm pretty sure that one's actually on tile, not plate. Oops, wrong way.
Just trying to think which was the one which I was looking at. Probably won't be able to find it now. I'll look for it another time. But yeah,
Monroe is really cool as well. They're fantastic. It's a matter of just what you can spend and how much, and I don't know. Life gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, there's only so much of a budget that goes so far. So, and welcome back to Solo Brick Builder. Great to have you here.
Hey, Solo.
It's asking how everyone's doing.
Better now that Solo's here.
Yeah. I think the last time I had him on a stream or coming into the chat, the guest was just sounding off on how terrible Star Wars was in Grey. So at least you guys are. Now I would imagine with Solo, because it's a warm day and he's in a van, he's probably going to be quite uncomfortable, to put it mildly.
He'd be at work, wouldn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, he's because it's that time of day. It's a bit of a weird one. So I can't remember whether his latest van, whether it was having air conditioning problems. So I'm sure we'll we'll find out later today. And g'day to Nolag. Good to see you around as well. So I'm just reloading my van. I'll be able to join you a little bit. Yeah, that'd be cool. We'd have you pop in for a little bit. So how have you been getting on with that one there, Steve?
Try not to reflect too much.
Avengers Home, man.
Of those printed pieces.
Yep.
So that's printed, is it, Steve? Yeah.
Yeah, printed. The only thing sticker-wise on this one is the eyes.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
that's sorted right, so I can forgive him for that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird shape.
That looks so nice. Such a nice set, that one.
Looks like the final steps, putting it together.
Oh, I've still got a bag to go. I'm a very slow builder, but it's taking shape.
Ah, cool. Yeah, it's just when you had it before, you couldn't fully see the front, so it looks like, it looks like it's done.
Oh yeah, I was doing a little bit off camera. Sorry. It's a little bit awkward. I added in a couple of Technic pins for stability of the two lift arms that go together in the middle. They were meant to just sit loose, and I didn't like it, so I added my own parts in.
Making your own improvements to the design as you go along.
Absolutely, improve the build. I do love the gold on this. The metallic gold parts are fantastic. So you can never have enough of those.
Yeah. So it's not it's a proper metallic. It's not the pearl gold.
No, definitely not pearl gold. No, bit of shiny gold on there.
Let's see if I can pull that up there. Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
It's a lot too much reflection of the light. Yeah, no, it's great. The was it the lunar lander? I think.
Yep.
That had a great deal of the metallic gold stuff as well. It's funny. I my son's class for science. The teacher, she loves Lego, but she doesn't like building it. So she gets permission from the school principal for me to be able to build things for her. I don't know why she needed it, but she did. So I built Saturn, the Saturn V, the lunar lander, and I'm encouraging her. If you're buying sets, build them yourself. But it was fantastic to be able to build those two sets and hand them back without having to actually pay for them, which was good.
Half the time, it's just that actual that build experience. Very similar.
I felt like I was depriving her, even though she was asking me to do it. It didn't feel right, but you know, she's my son's teacher. Of course, I've got to do the right thing. And all the students are like, "Oh, I would have done that for you." She doesn't love you; she loves me. There we go.
That's when you turn around now and go, "Oh, I think it was an 18+ set."
Oh, I can do that now.
And if it's not, by the time they figure it out, it's like, although I suppose if they got mobile phones, and they figure it out pretty quick. But because we had one of the other London AFOLs, they had like a D-list celebrity, and they wanted them to help out their like daughter build some Lego stuff and things like that, which then turned into the daughter's too busy, so can you just build it and set it up? And we're talking about things like, you know, they'd got a new sealed in box cafe corner, and you know, a lot of those sorts of mocks and things, or not mocks, the modulars. Yeah. So it's basically like you're getting paid to build Lego and put it together so somebody else can have it. Like, and it's like, okay, well, if you can find it, brilliant.
Not a bad job if you can get that.
Yeah. So, but it was almost like it got to the point where you're being paid to have fun on behalf of the child. It's like, okay.
Yeah. You'd feel like you're depriving the child, wouldn't you? Oh, well.
No, somebody's got to do it. Did you, are either of you guys into Technic?
I'm not super fan of Technic, but I do have some stuff that's Technic. I've got a lot of Technic parts, because when I've had bulk lots in the past, I've just kept the Technic stuff, like pulled it apart and put into my storage stuff.
Yeah. Adora?
I don't have any Technic. Yeah, it's probably not my thing. I haven't looked into it too much. But, you know, again, each to their own.
Yeah. Just got Sai here. Nolag is my son. He wants to say hi to Ruth.
Oh, hello. I did give you a wave. Sorry. Sorry, Nolag. It's almost 8 p.m. here, so I'm probably flagging a bit.
Yeah, and Steve, I'm guessing it's pushing about 10 o'clock where you are.
Yeah, almost 10 o'clock. So it's at that point where usually if I was streaming, I'd probably be streaming right now. But I don't think I'll be streaming tonight. I think I'll give that a break.
Yeah. Well, you're streaming with us, so it's nice.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I haven't streamed much lately, so just I think its motivation's been a bit low at the moment. So
Yes, definitely. I'll put it in after the video, but check out both Adora's channel and Steve's channel. Adora has this amazing. I know I'm going to butcher the description of it, but is it a seaside cave? Would that be a fair description? Yeah.
I am in the process of editing my July city update video now that we're a week into August. But so there's been a few changes to my city, which has been really nice. So hopefully I can get that up over the weekend, which will be really good fun. Yeah. And then the other big thing was, I think since I last streamed with you, Matt, is I've finished my Woodland elf shelf, so we now get to pick which elf shelf is going to be next. And I seemed to have a few requests around an evil elf, so I might be going for one of the villain elves, the dark elves, which will be really cool to get a bit more spooky.
So this is Adora's channel, so make sure you check it out and give her a subscribe as well. And I think, is it the third one here, Magical Elves, Lego Elves
Yeah.
display? That was what you're
Yeah.
referring to?
Yeah. So that's the final of that one.
And then, yeah, because you do.
My
a lot
city's
of things.
under construction as well, so you get to see a bit more behind the scenes stuff with some of my city videos.
Yeah, because there was one that we looked at the last time when you had was it the video, or maybe it was Instagram? I can't remember. But yeah, definitely the way that you do that sort of seaside and that cave and that, there's some brilliant colors and things there, and it's quite unique. So definitely check that out. And then also Steve's channel as well. Check his out.
With my channel, it's probably not the best for kids. So if there's any kids out there, don't go to mine. If you do go to mine, check out the videos with Lego in them. The live streams can go a bit wild. So yeah, just a heads up for those that do find their way over there. Yeah, it can get a bit raunchy. No filter at times.
No filter. Yeah, that's the thing. I suppose if you're streaming at 10 o'clock at night, it's past Kitty's bedtime anyhow.
Yeah, we tend to get the really late characters from the US. So a bit of Doc or a bit of BFAB and Sans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Butt Chop's been on there a couple of times. Yes, it can get pretty wild. But yeah, I do have my the one video on there that's probably worth checking out is my roller coaster, my Scooby coaster. If you haven't seen that, I'm really happy with how that one turned out. That one we had at Brickvention. 2019. So it was in January 2019.
Just trying to here. Just pull it up. I thought I saw.
Yeah, definitely on the videos. It's probably it's probably the first one actually. That's how far back it is.
Lego Scooby Coaster, Brickvention.
Yeah, it only goes for 20 seconds. There is audio if
do that. And I see Solo's trying to jump in and out of the stream, so I just
that's a really cool looking coaster still. The colours are so Scooby-Doo, the lime and the purple.
Yeah. Oh no, they were yeah, it was just the perfect color scheme for it. So tried to make the coasters like the carriages like mini versions of the Mystery Machine.
yeah, no, that's amazing. So the purple track, is that what set did that come out of, or is that common, or?
That one mostly came out of the Joker Manor.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, a friend of mine, I pulled apart 3 or 4 of them and parted them out for him. Yeah, and I did get some extra track from a friend of mine, Kaz, Itty Bitty Bricks in South Australia.
Yeah, no, that's. And the lighthouse there, is that a reference to a particular episode, or is that just something which looks cool there?
Well, the some of the Lego, like the sets when they came out, there was a lighthouse keeper. So I just thought, let's chuck in a lighthouse. And it's funny, like every sort of thing that I was building, I wanted, sort of wanted to have a little story there. So up the top there's the lighthouse keeper chasing Scooby and Shaggy. Yeah, there's a lot of stories. If anyone's really, really keen to know more about it, you can check it out on the Beyond the Brick. They were down in Australia at that stage. So, but that one goes for about 10 minutes, and yeah, it's fourth day of Brickvention, so my voice was just scratchy.
By the end of it. So
we're not too far off this one.
I think we may be over technical issues, but we've got popping into the stream, Mr. Solo Builder. How you going?
Hey, Solo. How you going, mate?
Hey, Solo. How are you, fella?
Yeah, mate. Not bad. Not bad. All good. Nice and bright and sunny and hot, so I can smile today. I can smile.
Cold.
Yeah. So I kept pressing the wrong button. I was like, I'm trying to get my headset to work. I hope everyone can hear me okay. So,
yeah, we can hear you finally coming in well. Sorry? So that's good. We can hear you. It's coming well.
We got the Aussies on one side.
Am I still here?
Yeah, I know. It's very divided.
Well, if I kick somebody out and pull them back in, then it might flip around. But yeah, no. Then it's probably just going to be from vertical to horizontal or something. So
yeah.
All right, all friends.
Yeah, exactly. Ricky is here as well. Hey, mate, how are you?
It's all good. All good.
And hi to Brickish. Thanks for stopping by. We're all in here too, and. Definitely check out Solo's channel as well. He has some good stuff on there, and I think the latest thing you may have done was a Legoland UK, and before that, I think it broke him. It was Speed Champions and lots of stickers.
Speed Champions, mate. I'm still having nightmares on those. Venturing away from Speed Champions a little.
Yeah, I got a few Speed Champions.
You got one or two.
Yeah, it's not a competition, but yeah. We've got a lot together, haven't we, dude?
Yeah, we got a lot. We have a lot. I only now need one set. All I need is the AMG set, and then I've got them all. Not to boast.
Are they the Mercedes ones?
Yeah, the Mercedes AMG one. It's one that I gave to the, I think it was the F1 pit team. I think it was.
Oh, so it's not a general release. Is it a like a rare thing? Is it?
Maybe Solos.
I think, is there too much multitasking going on?
I don't know what the signal's like, because I'm using my mobile phone, so it might be a little bit...
Oh, yeah, a little bit in and out.
A bit laggy.
Yeah, no, your sound had dropped out for a bit, but now it's back in, so that should be cool. So
that car, is that the car? Is that the a rare one? Is it? Is that not a general release? The car you're chasing?
No,
Solo.
It was for the F1 pick team only. That's a very rare set.
Yeah, I won't get that.
I'm trying to get hold of it, but can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
I don't think anyone can hear me.
You know, we can hear you.
You're coming through, bud. We can hear you.
Just keep talking.
Cool. Just might be a little bit laggy. Occupational hazard I've got on this job.
It sounds like it might be the San Diego Comic Convention version of Speed Champions then.
Yeah.
One of the difficult ones to...
One price range.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it is. Very much is. I know in the UK it will fetch up to about 700 quid, I think it is. It's a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money.
Can't you just part it out?
Yeah. Is there a sticker sheet or are they printed?
No, they are stickers. It's Speed Champions. Of course they're stickers.
There you go. You can part it out, and I'm sure you can buy like a what do I call it? A knockoff version of the sticker sheet or something. I know it's not quite the original, but
Be close enough, wouldn't it? Trouble is,
It
I'm
might
complete.
Might be £700 cheaper.
Yeah,
Like
it would definitely be £700 cheaper. No doubt. I'm chasing the set, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not that desperate for it. If I'm going to be one less speed champion set down, so be it. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it.
Well, yeah, particularly with the recent sticker episode, and I don't think you'd be too fast. Yep. Brickish has come up and said, "Hey,
no. Less stickers, the better for me at the moment."
And Brickish, got to get that Iron Man helmet.
Yeah, I'm liking it. The stickers are awkward, but apart from that, yeah, I'm pretty keen. I'm pretty happy with the purchase. So, just trying to get it, make sure I can finish it, so to show you at the end.
At the end there, yeah. Is it? Because the thing when I first saw the promo shots for it, the way the front of the helmet looks just doesn't look right. Is that? What do you feel or think about it? Or you still just need to build it first?
Oh, look, if it doesn't feel right at the end, I'll just sort of manipulate it. But I think, you know, you're restricted with what you can do with elements, you know. So if it's not perfect shape, then it's made out of Lego. It's going to be what it is. So yeah. I think there's people out there that it doesn't matter what you do, they won't be pleased. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just happy to have it compared to, you know, I'm thinking, you know, Marvel and those sort of things when I was a kid was never a Lego option. So
yeah.
Yeah, there was no licenses or anything like that. It was all just here's some bricks, and I mean there's good elements of that too, because then you could just do whatever you wanted with it. And I certainly remember with my little minifigs making them into Superman and Batman just with some bits of paper and tape and stuff. But yeah, that's
absolutely. So what's your favourite theme as a kid there?
Sorry, what's my favourite theme?
Do you have a favourite theme as a child?
I mean, there weren't too many of them, and I guess I always gravitated more towards the Technic stuff. So, and I just obviously it was when Technic was more how to describe it, brick based than the current sort of lift arm type version.
Yeah.
Which for me personally, I think building within the brick-based system is much easier to understand it, so it becomes an easy entry point. Whereas the modern stuff, it's not as intuitive, but it can enable you to do a lot more things. So, you know, I think there's trade-offs either way. And I think trying to get people to understand Technic today is a real challenge, whereas having that more brick-based understanding of it, it makes more sense, if that means anything.
Too many elements now.
But then going back to something you were, but also going back to something what you were saying earlier, like coming out of the Dark Age, the thing which I'm really surprised about is within just general city sets and all your different types of sets, just how many Technic style elements are in it, whether it is some of your lift arms and your pins and things like that. Usually it's to create some sort of function, you know, you press a button and part of the wall falls apart or something like that. I don't know, curious. I mean, what's your sort of take on it? Like, I know you mentioned that you get some of it within the bulk stuff that you get.
You can wait.
Oh, it's one of those things like where I don't usually build Technic sets, but yeah, having the parts is always good, especially with mocking and stuff. Sorry, just be 1 sec.
No, you're okay.
Sorry, kids interrupting. Just a fact of life.
I'm curious where that fuzzy unicorn went, Steve.
Let's see how. Dora, you're getting on with your plane there.
Yeah, it's coming together. But it is interesting, like even what you were just saying that about the technical part, that's probably something that has been sort of quite enjoyable with some of even the friend sets. You know, like last year we got the octopus ride and we got the little loop-de-loop amusement park set, and a lot of them were sort of obviously quite technical and, you know, had the moving parts and all of those sorts of things in there. Even one of the DC superhero sets, which was the Calypso Castle, I really enjoyed that build. That was one of my favourite builds. I think that's such an underrated set. A fantastic purple castle, so obviously purple's up there for me. But but even that, you know, there were a lot of opening parts, and you could, you know, push a lever and things would open up and close back in again and all of those sorts of things. And even I think in some of the Friends pop star sets is that there were, you know, moving stages and those sorts of things. So if you know, twisted something at one end, all the dancing girls would be able to then dance across this stage. And I just sort of go, I think that it's nice to be able to add those elements into different themes, because I think that then that gives everyone like a little bit of a taste of what they enjoy to build, and then they can start to explore more options. And for me, I just sort of go, it's really nice that, you know, by and large, Friends do tend to target more females. It's not exclusively that. There are guys that build Friends, I know that. But I just think that then that's quite a nice option for people to then think about, oh, well, actually, I am interested in how things work and how things move and, you know, how to engineer things. And so I just sort of go, I just think that it's sort of interesting that there is sort of starting to be a bit more of a crossover with things. And my aeroplane, I think, is looking really fantastic with its beautiful pink interior.
Yeah, it's just like that before when we had you up there. It's like, yeah. The color combinations that they got there, which, you know, for somebody who doesn't really have many Friends things, just seeing how that they handle that color combination of the white, the pinky purple, and the blue.
Yeah. And then I don't know if it's picking up on my webcam, but there is even like a little bit of that light aqua, pale minty green colour there as well, which is pretty. But yeah, it's a bit of a bigger aeroplane than what I thought it was going to be. So that's the other thing that surprised me. I didn't think that it was quite going to be quite this big based on the box and everything, but that's all cool. That's good. Yeah, but unfortunately I've got all my other aeroplanes in my Lego room, which is in another house. So I won't be able to do a little comparison on the video today.
Okay, now.
So back again.
So the one thing from this set that
for some reason I had no sound.
out,
sorry, it just all kind of crashed.
That's all right, man.
That's okay, mate.
The one thing I'd like to point out from this set
I'm back, baby.
here is the dark tan with all this gold. They've skimped out and they've given us two 1x2 plate there in dark tan. While we're on the stream, I know I've got some spare 1x1 plate in metallic gold, so I'm going to grab that and make some changes here. And yeah, it just doesn't look right to me. It's not coming up well in the. You're not really seeing. There, you might see the difference where it's darker.
Yeah.
You can see you can see that it is.
I've got to reset my file.
Right there, it really stands out a lot more.
It's like they skimped out, and you know I can adjust that. So I think I'll fix that up now. So
we do that.
I'll grab some parts.
What?
Yeah, I like what you're saying before, Dora, in terms of, you know, the technique being in there. It can be like an entry point for people and show possibilities, and then if people are really interested, then they're aware of it and then can go on from there. I think any time that you've got those mechanics in there too, it just encourages people to think more in those sorts of lines. And to be fair to Lego, they usually design it in really, really good ways. So there's a simplicity there, so people can understand. It's like, okay, if I turn this little bit there, that sort of cranks this gear, which then turns this.
Yeah, and that's where I was sort of thinking, like, that's probably something that has been really enjoyable for me as an adult compared to the sets that I was getting when I was a kid. So, not that I had a lot of Lego growing up, but I think that we did have some of the, was it Town that was released before City? Was that the sort of similar thing, but in the 80s? Anyway, it was City. Those sorts of sets. So we had like little cars and caravans and those sorts of things. I think that my brother had some more construction vehicles and that type of stuff, but I used to usually just go for cars and that sort of thing. But I just sort of went, it was just sort of that enjoyable to build, but it was also very difficult as a child to then figure out the mechanics without having the luxury of being able to look at instructions. And so that's where I just sort of go, I think now I've got a better idea about how to make parts spin because I've built sets with cogs or spinning parts or Technic pieces in it. Oh, yeah, that looks...
It's a lot closer. It's not as metallic as I'd like it to be, but it's much better than the tan. So at the moment, that's what I'll run with and see if I can adjust it later. But that's really the biggest letdown, I think, where they could have actually improved colour-wise. Because even then on the side, you can sort of see on the side again where they've used dark tan.
Yeah, really sort of see that there.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's in the back of the head too. It's sort of like right on the front.
Yeah, it's pretty much on the side. So unless you're looking front on, but even then, so I guess it comes down to...
Did they have some parts in that set that just had like one of the sides painted gold? Or was that in the Wonder Woman set?
I'm not too sure. I think with one, were they more less weren't they like, what do you call them?
I haven't got the Wonder Woman set yet.
Yeah, I pulled it apart. I just wanted the figs. I know it's horrid.
But I remember seeing on one of CC's videos, she was pointing out that they just had painted like the side of the part. Like they didn't give you a whole gold part, they just painted the edge that you were supposed to face out. And it was just like, oh, Lego, that's a bit...
I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. I'd be happy with that if they did that. I'd be fine.
Imagine that. Have I been dreaming of Lego too much and making my...
You're making up your own Lego parts. They're now in dual colours.
The only things that I think that would be hard to recreate are these... sorry, I'm just going to sneeze.
Oh, the anticipation.
No.
Excuse me, sorry guys. I've got the mute button on the Yeti. These parts here, this rounded tile. It's a 2x2 rounded tile, but it's actually decorated too. So yeah, it's got decal on it. I'm happy with it. Is it perfect? No, but I don't think anything that Lego creates is perfect. So it's acceptable.
Looks pretty cool.
It's a nice looking set, It's cool.
What do they cost in Australia?
I think retail was $89.99. I think I paid $75, so got it on sale. That's how we buy our Lego here. You get it on sale because there's always a deal, isn't there, Ruth?
Yeah.
Someone's always got 20% off or something.
Yeah.
I'll take this off.
Yeah, much the same. It's like
constantly flicking through all the stores to see who's got the sales and who's got what for what price.
And somebody's gone through and set up like a Twitter account. So as soon as the sale gets mentioned on like an Amazon or whatever it is, it just gets fed straight off that. And it generally doesn't last long, but much the same. Unless it's something like, like we did the other day with the Mario, where there's a gift with purchase or something like that. It's like, paying retail for some of these things, no, just can't do it.
I've been collecting those metallic gold parts. I've got some bricks and some tiles. Just random things I've been collecting for a while. It was going to be like a Lex Luthor sort of thing, but I didn't get around to it.
Didn't quite get there.
All the random things you have on your desk, like a random Deadpool. This is my spare one, so I've got 3 of Deadpool. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My little 3-in-1 plane's broken.
The one that you have in your truck?
The one that's on the dash.
Little plane, it's lost its tail. I don't know where it is. Yeah. I hope it hasn't fallen into the fan.
Look, your air conditioning's not working about.
My air conditioning's working. My air conditioning is working like a treat. I'm really glad about today.
Great to hear then. So, Brickish, I don't think the Iron Man helmet looks all that bad apart from the parts that should be metallic gold.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, unless something to what the door was saying, maybe if there's a few parts in there which are only painted on one side and just managed to have them around the wrong way, but that could be scary if that becomes a bit of a trend.
I might be able to do something like that. Give it a spray. I don't know. Even matching that gold would be hard. So, yeah. I'll show you something else I built. This one I built just for the sake of building it, and I'll push it down. It's actually trans-clear on the back.
Oh, nice.
So it's fully translucent, so you can put a light through it.
Show off.
Yeah. Just something I saw there that was Batman, so I thought I'll show you that one.
Solo's just jealous. He likes his putting lights into things, so you probably.
I can do that too. Yeah, I like to put the lights in. It's a bit of fun. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, my last project that I tried doing, which I was really hoping to make a video of, I was going to try to put lights in my Republic gunship. I picked up from the top and it just kind of evaporated in my hands.
Oh.
So yeah, that's not happening anytime
building
soon.
it twice, mate. Get to build it twice.
No, it's not. That's the worst part about it. That's the 4th time I've rebuilt that bloody thing. I'm fed up with building it now.
Yeah, poor tradie blames his tools, right?
Oh.
That's a low swing from an Aussie.
A rock that's been thrown from all the way from Australia, mate. I know it'll come back. It's all good.
Well, I mean, at least I suppose I could do. You know, I have got the view of the open road though, so.
No, it's all right. I'll just stay in pajamas all day. We're in COVID, so we don't have to get up and do anything. No one expects us to do anything. So, plus, it's already the weekend, mate. You're still at work.
Yeah, I'll let you off that one. Well, technically, I have finished, but I've got like 79 miles to go yet before I get home. So, yeah.
But that yellow thing in the sky, I mean, you wouldn't see that too often, would you, over there? So.
No, I'm enjoying it with them inside a cab. It's great. It's almost like a museum piece for me now, that is. It's amazing.
In fairness, mate, this is Victoria. We don't see that thing at all for a few months. But Western Australia, they see nothing but that yellow thing in the sky, right?
Yeah, what are those white fluffy things that float around?
We get your share of those over here.
Are they clouds or is it rain? I don't know. It's been such a long time.
Yeah.
How the other side of the world lives, eh? Jesus. One's whinging about that he gets cloud for a month, and the other whinges that he doesn't know what a cloud is.
Yeah, there is no happy medium. No. Because the alternative is to go to South Australia, and nobody does that. No.
What?
It's not even the halfway point, is it?
South Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, it's no one's halfway. No one wants to meet in South Australia.
Apart from a few wineries, I don't think there's much there, is there?
There's a bunch of Lego fans that call it Lego. Pronounce it Lego.
Lego fans.
Crazy people. I'm glad there's one in the chat.
that we're aware of. We'll probably get the hate mail a little bit later on. So
I'm used to that. That's all good.
So, I don't know how you guys are going. Should we start winding it down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. I got to.
Yep.
Look, I'm Tasmanian. 2 heads. Might as well offend everyone, eh?
Yeah.
Steve, that's my job to insult people, not yours.
Yeah, Steve's just doing state by state. You do whole countries at a time.
I'll work my way around slowly.
I think Steve's just more equal opportunity. Everybody gets an equal chance to be offended. So
give them all
exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. All right then. If anybody out there in the chat, if you've enjoyed, hit the thumbs up there, and might just do a quick wander around and sort of see what's coming up on people's channels and what to expect. So we might start with Doro. How'd you get on with the plane there?
Yeah, so I've got 4 out of the 6 bags done. So I'll probably finish 5 and 6 either this evening or maybe tomorrow morning, depending on how I go. And probably post it on my Instagram. So if you want to check out the finished product, you can go over to Instagram, which is Adorable over there. Like I said, I do still need to finish editing my city video, so hopefully I can get that done over the weekend. And I am also going to try and do my first live stream tomorrow evening as well. So
Ooh.
Under wraps a bit though, in case it all goes pear-shaped.
And what time is that going to be in Australia?
I think I'm going to try and start at about 8 p.m. so that then hopefully some of my US friends will be able to check it out. But that might be a little bit of an early start for them on a Saturday. But
so is that 24.5 hours?
I don't know time zones.
Is it 7:30 at the moment?
It is 8:30.
Oh, okay. So just under 24 hours then.
Yeah.
So 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember to get on and troll you. I mean, and support you.
So it will be 1 p.m. UK time, and what's it make it? That's just terrible.
23.5 hours.
And then it's about 8 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So the States is where 12 hours from most of the East Coast people. I will see how it goes. So I'm a bit nervous.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Just picture everyone out there. Just picture everyone out there in their underwear. You'll be fine.
No, the technology side of things.
You do well on live streams. You're doing a live stream now. You'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
The right buttons at the right time. You know, I can do that with sarcasm, just not with technology.
Oh, you know the real challenge is building and talking and hosting at the same time. That's the challenge.
Yeah. I've sort of just been. Anyway, we'll see how I go. I think I've posted a little thing yesterday, so I've only sort of promoted it for 48 hours, like the little, what do you call them? Coming soon card thumbnail things that says that you're going live stream.
See for me.
Yeah.
I give 10 minutes of notice before I do live. I'm going to do it. 10 minutes. There you go. Whoever's watching.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not that's up or not because I can't see it from my end, so I don't know. But yeah, that's me.
Okay, cool, excellent. Yeah, no. So basically, in a bit under 24 hours from now, Adora's going to be streaming, so be able to check that out. So definitely do that. That's going to be on your YouTube, correct?
Yep.
Yep, cool. Be on the YouTube. And Steve, what can we expect from you? When's your next stream?
I'm getting PMs at the moment asking, am I streaming tonight? So I might jump on soon, maybe. I'll check out, see if the kids are in bed like they should be, and maybe jump on for half an hour and just shoot the breeze, talk about Iron Man. I don't know, maybe.
You said you were last time I saw you said, oh yeah, we're going to stream for half an hour to an hour. 2.5 hours later, you're still going.
It gets like that. Because the US wake up and it's like they're all fresh and want to talk. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah. See if you guys can stay awake long enough.
Yeah. If you do, and if you want to, no pressure of that. Just pop me a link to that as well. I'd be interested to jump on and say hi to people. But yeah, depending on whatever you're doing or what you feel like, it'd be great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And Mr. Solo, thanks for you are now been live streaming a van a number of times on my channel. So you build anywhere, in a park, in a van. Now, what else we get coming up from Mr. Solo?
Well, no building in the park. I'm not doing that. I was looking at building on a skyscraper. That'd be interesting, but nah, I'm not that brave yet. But no, my 8080 review will be out tonight, straight after London Bridge Brick stream. So immediately after that, my review of that's coming out later on tonight. I must admit, I did kind of fall in love with it, so I did get a little bit smoochy on that one, I must admit. So, but yeah, that's coming out tonight, and then we've got the 501st review coming out on Sunday. So that's me for now.
Okay, and are you potentially doing a midweek stream next week?
Yeah, well, like I always say, it's always depending what time I finish work, but so far, yeah, there will be another stream on Wednesday, 7:30 UK time. So yeah, all being well, hopefully we'll be getting some awesome people on there, and me just generally insulting people as I go along and just waffle for about an hour and a half.
So we can watching there.
And what about you? What are you up to?
And me, okay, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. UK time, which is silly o'clock in Australia, I'll be doing the You Say I Draw, where people in the chat just come along and tell me things to draw, and we just do that for a couple of hours and have some fun with that. And then same time next week, I'll be doing this East meets West one again, so that is 8 p.m. Sydney time, 11 a.m. UK time, and I think it's 6 a.m. New York time for another session here. And yeah, by all means, make sure you check out everybody that's been here in Adora. I'll try to get this right. Solo, and we're doing everything, and Steve there. Later, I'll put links into the guests that were here. And please do hit that like button. Really appreciate that. I think that's everything. Does anybody else have any other parting words of wisdom?
Thank you for having me, Matt. I appreciate it. And Solo and Ruth, always great catching up.
Yep, likewise, Steve. It was good to see you and Solo again. Thanks for hosting that.
Yeah, no, great. It's been great having all of you guys along. Really appreciate that. And it's great to have the sort of first stream with Steve as well. Good to be able to finally have a bit of a chat and things like that. And got amazing stuff there. Yeah, certainly some other things to be having a look at. Okay, I think that's everything. So thanks very much, everybody who's been in the chat. Been there a really good time. Appreciate that. So until next time when we talk about all things Lego and stuff. See you later.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.